What's up, guys? It is KingDaddyDmac, and welcome back to another episode of Palworld. That's right, got a lot of fun things planned for you guys today in the new Feybreak update. Yup, want to drop a little knowledge on you of new tips and tricks that I've learned since playing. I'd like to finish increasing our base size. Yes, this allows you to get now 30 pals to work around your base once you have all of the things built that it requires for the base upgrades. I'd like to check out the new, let's see what it's called. We didn't have enough space for it before. The new dungeon thing where you can have your pals. Yeah, Pal Expedition Station. I had to find a place big enough for it, and I realized, because it is ginormous. I mean, look at this thing. But I realized I actually have enough space up here at the breeding base. So why don't we go ahead, plop that down. It's really not that expensive. So you can get to it, I guess, fairly early. Come on, guys. Build, build, build. But it is going to require a couple of unlocking. It's kind of a unique type of structure. But basically, if you go up to it and press open, it allows you, I do suppose, your pals to go off and do dungeons by themselves, which would be great, because look at all the awesome stuff that you can get from it. Now, here's the catch. We're going to have to beat the Feybreak Tower, which we haven't done yet, and maybe we can attempt today. But if we can get that beat, this will actually be a source of Chromite. I don't know if it's going to be really that substantial, but hey, it's something we're going to find out, plus the giant pal souls. But what we do already have beat is the Spear Blossom Cave, and this will still give Ancient Civilization cores and also the Xenolord slabs, and giant pal souls for that matter, and Ancient Pal manuscripts. The Xenolord slabs, that's for the new raid boss, which I cannot wait to take on, because of course, new epic pal that you're able to do. This one, you may notice when you look at them, it says this requires water type. It looks like this one will require a dark type. So each different type of pal has their own little spot. So why don't we check this out? Let's go plop on down. Let's also see, I want to complete the what we need for the base. What is the final thing? Large scale incubator. Oh, let's see if I have enough to do this. This would be perfect for this base, too. There it is. There it is. Large-scale egg incubator. We have enough. It costs 20 ancient civilization cores. All right. Overlaps with another character. What the crap's it overlap with? You kidding me? Is it the boss facility? This is going to be annoying. Oh, we had a spot. Oh, does it have to go in grass? All right, that's a little janky that it can't go on anything but grass, but hey, let's do it. Come on, pals. Get your crap together. All right, help me build. Help me build. Thank you. All right, I've been curious about this thing. So set egg, it's able to do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 at the same time. That's kind of cool. And then collect all hatch pals, set all eggs. Interesting. I wonder where it collects it. So we got to free up a little bit of space if we want to do this, because our pal box is almost completely full. But let's do the final thing and base upgrade. Ha! Now, it still has not increased. This is the other thing I was really hoping, is it would increase the max number of bases. Unfortunately, it looks like it's still stuck at 4. So that may be the maximum. Holy crap. So doing the new pal egg thing is pretty cool, except for the fact that it absolutely zapped through all of my power supply, and it's daytime right now. And I really don't have that many powered things at my base. Absolutely naughty. So yeah, gonna have to use the backup power supply, but I'm guessing that it almost pulls the amount of power that would be equivalent to, I guess, having, you know, equal as many of these guys, which also pull out a crap ton. So just good to know, but it is pretty fast. It is as fast as having, what is it, 10 of those all at once. But yeah, gonna be issues. Gonna have to set up extra power at my base. Let's also make our very first base over at the new location, the new Feybreak Islands. So let me show you a couple of cool spots for that. And oh, I said I was going to add. Now, I don't know if you want to have guys that are better for attacking or better for working to go in these dungeon shenanigans. And I don't know if you can do more than one at a time. Let's see. Why don't we use one of these guys? All right, so if I throw this guy here, is that how that works? Oh, okay. So it does it from the PAL box. Interesting. All right, so let's select. How many can I select? Oh, wow, I can select a lot of them. 20 of them. All right, and start. There they go. Expedition in progress. All right, so that's going to be interesting to find out. It said firepower, so you got to assume that it's based on that. Now, I don't know also if the move sets that you put into it, if it makes it better or not. But, all right, they're going. And I cannot access it, but it says 13 minutes and it's counting down. So I guess we'll see what happens. That is kind of cool. Like it. Like it a lot. All right. So that actually freed up. Let me see what they look like if they're actually still in the PAL bench during all this. Yeah, see? It just shows them on an expedition. Probably should have fed them all. They probably were doing a... hungry. They were probably doing a raid boss at the time, and I didn't fully heal them. But okay, so that's something. That is definitely something. Let me get all the stuff and show you the best spots that I think we should live on the new island. Okay, we are over on Feybreak Island. I had to dismantle my raid boss base, but in order to be able to make this new one, so really hoping we'd get 5 when completing that, but looks like 4 it is. Now, for base locations, there's a couple of places that I found interesting. This is one of them. There are 2 of the Hexolite amethyst crystal stuff that might be close enough together, but it also mixes in another thing, which I want to be able to find out. Can pals pick up this this dust? Which I think would be very interesting if they can. All right, let's see if we can fit everybody in here. Let's try it, see what happens. All right, that just barely fits that crystal in. We get those 2 dust. Missed out on that one, and look at, we missed out on this crystal. Oh man, is that close? How much room do we have to spare? All right, we may not be able to get both. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try and set it just a little bit further over. So this is something that I'm going to have to hem and haw over most likely for a while. All right, let's try setting that. Just barely gets that one. It's possible our pals might venture out of the box. Does it just barely get this one? Okay, it actually leaves a little bit of room to spare. I'm going to set it over just slightly to the left of this. And I think we should be good. All right. We got to hope it's good. Right about there. All right, so that's clearly in and a little bit of room to spare. We got all that Night Star sand. And this... Oh, crap. Yeah, it's going to really, really take a lot of hemming and hawing. Last try. Because we got to hurry up and do this. To find out if the sand is even a thing that it can do. Because if it's not, then... Okay, that is awfully close, but we got that. Is this one going to be the same where it's like right on the border? Holy crap. I don't think we're getting any better than that. All right, fair enough. Let's construct it. And we've got all that Night Star sand in there. All right, go ahead, buddy. Beautiful. All right, next, let's build... this new storage, the guild chest. This helps out so much in the beginning when you have a new base. All right, beautiful. And this should give us most of the resources that we need. I'll have to go back and check, but fair enough. All right, let's get some better worker pals thrown into here. These my worker guys? Nope. All right, here we go. Let's get all these guys tossed in. All right, fair enough. Let's make some more chests if we can. Insufficient. What do we need? Wood. All right, let's get a little bit of wood. All right, that should be more than enough. All right, so they're getting the crystal fine. That's good. And it looks like they are, in fact, inserting it into there. And it looks like they did pick up the sand. All right, guys, you need to move. Need to move, need to move. All right. Move, move, move. Oh, and wood again. All right, that should be good enough, though. So, have they been getting the sand? I'm not going to know. 154, we're going to have to remember that. And they got Hexolite Quartz. All right, cool. And it looks like they mined the one up here, although look at all that ore they left. That's not good. All right, we're going to leave that, though. And why don't we throw in... I think they did get the sand. I think they actually did. All right, let's throw in some other guys that are actually able to carry shenanigans, but then fly. Which these would probably be ideal for. All right. We'll see if they actually pick that up. It's not outside of the border, so I don't know why they haven't got it. But good enough. All right. I'm going to have to set up beds and all that shenanigans. We'll see how this actually works out. Okay, I have all the basics of a base required. We'll see what happens. There's some problematic stuff already, but we've got a chest. I've got a feeding bin filled with salads, and I've got 30 beds. This is the other important part because we need to clear out our PAL box as much as possible. This right here is a little problematic. We did see him break it that one first time, but then it almost like instantly grew back. And I don't know why they are not mining it. So I'm going to leave it because I want to see what happens. The other one over here, the other crystal, did not grow back yet. However, they did not collect the crystal. I had to do that myself. So we'll see again what happens. Let's take note, though, because the primary testing here is, will they pick up the Night Star sand through the night cycles? That's going to be kind of huge. So we had 300 Chromite, we have 154 Night Sand, and 393 Hexolite Quartz. And let's just see, is there any more? Nope, no more in there. All right, so we got to remember those numbers. But I wanted to show you a couple of other potential interesting spots. And by the way, if they don't get the sand, I could move the base up to right here and then hopefully encapsulate the 2 crystals that are like that. But there are other better spots if we don't care about the sand. So that being said, let me show you what I would assume many would argue is the best spot just for resources. And that, my friends, is located over, where is it? Over here. So I do have it marked off right in this spot. There are actually 3 crystals. The closest, and that's actually pretty close to where we are now. We'll go over to here, though, just to make our way up. So we got to fly up really high to get to this. By the way, did find out once you take out all those annoying rockets, they never come back, which is kind of crazy. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but if you're playing on a server with other people, I would think that would mean if one person went and cleared them, no one else would have to deal with it. I kind of feel like that's a bug, you know, for them never to come back. And this is even through server restarts. But I don't know. It is what it is. So I am not complaining. So that's pretty cool. I went to the wrong side. Gotta be kidding me. All right, let's fly around the long way just so we don't, by mistake, fall back down. Other interesting things as far as mining Chromite. What was a really annoying and difficult task, it ends up you get the most Chromite when just taking on dungeons. There is usually, I don't know, like maybe like 6 at least Chromite nodes in there if you have out your metal detector. And you get it so quickly. In fact, it's getting to the point where the quartz is more of my bottleneck, mining it by hand, which is why it's really important we get a base up and running. So anyway, it should be right around here, I think. Why am I not seeing it? Let's look on the map. Nope, it's behind me. It's a little further down. Yeah, here it is, just out of render distance. Right here, we have a spot that has 3 of the Hexolite all right in one spot. So, and there's this little guy right here that stands between them. But this, if you were to fit this into your base, this is probably the best spot. The reason I did not choose it is A, for the sand. I wanted to see if that would work. And B, it's not a very level area. And as you might know, when you have unlevel areas like this, sometimes your pals mess up a little bit. And it's just something I didn't want to deal with. But this may end up being it. And it's the only spot I could find that's a sure thing, more than 2, 3 in this case. It's also very close to this over here. So you might get a lot of issues with those guys messing with your base, which is the other reason I did not want to deal with it. But we may end up moving here, all things depending. So that was one spot. I do have marked out pretty much everywhere. I tried to just do the pickaxes at spots that had what looked like 2 ores close enough together. So, I mean, there are quite a few other spots that could work. I did want to check out, though, other spots that could possibly do the sand. By the way, there's a 4th one right over there. So, let's look at some other interesting ones for potential, beach getting places to get both the Hexolite and potentially the sand. Okay, here's another interesting area. This would have possibly been more ideal, except for the fact you'd end up losing a large amount of your base place to water, which is never good. Pals end up, wigging out if they get stuck in the water and whatnot. But let me show you where it is on the map. So it's right near the Fox Parks Christ, and it's also semi near the oil rig area. But just right down here, this little area, we have two clearly close enough, two Hexolite Quartz nodes, and it has an oil node spot. So I would think you could, if you were to set it down, I probably should have set it down here to check. But I would think if you set it like right around here, you could get both of the nodes and the oil possibly all in one. That might not overlap as much on the water as I think it would, but definitely another place worth checking. And then lastly, I don't know if the sand spawns here, but it was another spot that I thought maybe sand would spawn here and could be worth checking out. In fact, I bet you, yeah, we'd have to come back at night to confirm, because it's not quite a sandy beach, which is usually what it requires for the sand, but pretty dang close. So, and also not really much for annoying pals that, sneak up on you and annoy your base. So definitely a place worth considering. There's also a third one for manual harvest. I don't think there's any chance you could fit all of them without having a ton of water. But definitely somewhere worth pointing out. Then right up the hill from there, there is a double node that would clearly fit. And then, let me see, I think there's another one that's pretty close by. It's a pretty good area. Yeah, right here we have a double node, which they'd likely both fit in. I think those would both fit. And then also another oil spot. So again, right here on the map. So worth pointing out. Plus, right near cave. For manual doing, or for going in yourself. And I'd say these, as I was saying before, these are by far the fastest way to get the Chromite, going in and doing these caves with your metal detector. It is absolutely covered in there. Plus, there's a ton of the Hexolite crystals. Then we have, I think, another cave right there. All right, and there's a beach there and a beach there. Let's just check out these two beaches. I don't think I had them marked off. But again, disappointing in that there was only the one that had 3 of them. Let's see. So over on this beach, Hexolite there. There's another one that's in the water, funny enough. But this is a clear beach that would. You see, this is what you need to get the sand. But I don't think there's any double crystals. It's really hard to find it. See, again, it's in the water. I don't know how the pals would react to that. But another decent spot. Another decent spot. And it's also, it's close enough that you can manually mine some of those. And then there's one more beach over this way. Let me see. Did I point out this one too? This one, I don't think you'd be able to get all 3. That would be a stretch. But that one, definitely right there, you could get the 2. And then let's just peek at, I think there was one more sandy beach right across here. Let's just check this one out. All right, so I can already see a crystal. All right, we got a double crystal right here. This might be worth me moving to. Although it's going to be hard to get them both without having water overlap. But there's a potential spot right here. This one, yeah, as you can see, I have a marker there. Definitely worth checking out. And there's an oil thing too. Although I think it's a little too far away. There's the oil guy. not buy any of them. And of course, I'm sure most people have oil rig bases already. We got one there, but an area like this would be most ideal. But unfortunately, they just don't have any good spots like this that have both, you know, and then also have the flat land. This would potentially be a decent one, except for it's right nearby where one of those things spawn. But you could easily get both crystals in. So another one to consider. And then we got an oil with a crystal. You might be able to fit those both in. Look at the big egg. And over here, okay, it's starting to turn night, so we can see. Whole bunch of sand. Yeah, and that looks like that's probably it for the good ones. Ooh, we got a cave here, which I have marked off. Yep, so I think those are probably my top choices, my top places for moving to. The other one of the one that we chose is that it's right near the teleporter, which just was convenient for me. So, but there's loads of other spots right here. 2 crystals close enough together to get them both, if you so chose. But anyway, that's going to conclude good spots. If you have any suggestions for better spots that I have not pointed out here, definitely let me know in the comments. Wait a second. This is probably too far, but that's 3 nodes really close to each other. That is, I'm going to mark it off right here. That is right by the, this dude. Really, really close. I suspect you'd only be able to get 2, and you wouldn't get any of the Night Star sand. But I wanted to go back and just check that one other spot that I had showed you. That was off on the corner to see if it would be worthwhile. Because if that did have sand there, I could maybe deal with the water. All right, coming back to this spot, and it looks like no Night Star sand. Oh, that's sad. That would have been a really nice spot. It would have been one of the only spots where you'd have 2, the oil and the sands, but nope, don't get it. Okay, back at our new base place. They still have not mined that node, so that's going to be problematic. We'll see come morning. For the Night Star sand, 154. I believe that's exactly the amount that we had before. So let's empty that out. By any chance? Oh, it did. They do mine it. They do gather it. Okay, that's kind of huge. I'm also realizing I think we only had 4 that was in the circle, so it might be 1-to-1. But it's also possible I covered up some of the spawnable space with these beds, in which case I got to move the beds, but I'll inspect that. All right, so we also have this node gathered back in. Okay, let's do a little testy test. Let's go. Oh, nope, they're all waking up. Perfect. Okay, they're going to the node. All right, let's find out if they actually gather it. All right, they're getting it. They're getting it. They're going to this node. All right, I hope it's okay that he's outside. But look at, they're doing it. They're actually doing it this time. All right, so we might not have to move. I should do the beds to switch things up, but hey, I'm quite pleased. I think they might have goofed up possibly from me moving it, but we'll see. But yeah, they're taking care of business. All right. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's got everything we need. Gathering the hexolite or crystal or amethyst or whatever the crap it's called. And getting night sand. So what more can you ask for? That's all I wanted from this base. All right, perfect. Let's head back and let's check out if our other little guys have finished. Okay, we're back. First things first, notice all the pals that we had sent out on the expedition. They no longer have the expedition shenanigans on them, so that says that they're freed up. So that's a good sign. Now, I'm curious about where the loot goes. All right, so completed. Open. Ooh, and look at, you can see all the loot in there. So does it actually gather like 1-to-1 what it says you get each time? No, I think it's randomized because I think it had 2 different slabs. All right, so this is pretty cool. Let's grab all the loot. Okay, let's open it up and look. Can I do it right away again? And also looking at the loot, so yeah, it's still randomized. But this is pretty crazy. All right, so water pals. Do they all seem okay? I don't know if what their food and sanity is, but I mean, a lot of them, they look pretty much identical. So that's not bad. This is possibly something that we want to set up. Oh, look at that. 20, so we can't choose them all. All right, so let's take a couple of them off. All right, perfect. Hold on. If I do this again, does it allow me to? Let's see what happens. Expedition launched. Yeah, this is awesome. In fact, I may want to rip out a bunch of my little breeding things and possibly set up multiple expeditions. Because that is incredible. Finally, a way that you can get your guys to get ancient civilization cores and slabs. Holy crud. And you know what? I think that was the last slabs. I am not ready for the raid boss yet. This raid boss, from what I can see, is insanely difficult. But that should be everything that we needed to do it. Let's see. Yeah, 4. All right, let's take them. Let's go to here, and does it show up now? Look at that. Xenolord slab. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, we didn't. We ripped down to our raid boss base. So we'll have to come back to it. But hey, pretty dang incredible. So future things. We found a base spot. We checked out the expedition. I cleared up spots for our pal base. We need to start taking on all of the bosses, and we got to unlock the expedition. We have to go and take on the tower. So I think I'll have that into a separate video. But yeah, that's pretty cool for today. I am quite pleased. Guys, thank you so very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. As you always do, please remember to show that amazing support for the series by smashing that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel or you haven't yet, seriously, what are you waiting for? It is the perfect time to subscribe. Also, be sure to check out the Discord. Remember, we do have Palworld servers up and running for any of you peeps looking for a place to play. But yes, hope to see you there. And until next time, thanks again. And as always, peace out.